great. I'm so happy. Actually, I am a news writer, and I was doing the newspaper of elementary. Because the original school's press conference is coming, so I'm, just excited and so happy today.
Thank you so much, and we wish you good luck. Yeah, I'm very familiar with the National Schools Press Conference. That's the one. Anyway, you may now draw your question from the official. Oh, let's move forward. Okay. You may now pick your question. Okay, your question for tonight is, your foreign friend wishes you to visit the Philippines. How will you convince them to come visit and enjoy Calabarzon? Once again, if your foreign friend wishes to visit the Philippines, how will you convince them to come and visit, or to come visit and enjoy Calabarzon?
Thank you so much. Calabarzon has so many to offer. From the beautiful mountains, from delicious food, from other history places. There's so much to offer Calabarzon. And one thing is for sure, that foreigners is still coming back to the Philippines, or Calabarzon, as the people itself. Mababait na mga tao, mararangal, masisipag, at magaganda, katulad ko. Lahat tayo dito sa Calabarzon ay biyaya mula sa poong may kapal. Tayo ang pinaka-importante dito sa Calabarzon. Maraming magaganda dito. Maraming magaganda at maraming ipinagmamalaki ang Calabarzon. Most especially, I am from Laguna. There are so many majestic mountains. There are so many resorts. And I believe that people itself is something that
includes your opportunity. Thank you so much, Citi. And now we proceed to our second finalist. Let's have Antipolo City. There you go. Oh, quite a crowd favorite. Good evening, Antipolo City. Obviously you have a lot of fans right now at Thunderbird Resorts and Casino. Do you have any words for them before we start your question and answer?
To all of my supporters that are here now, I am very thankful to support me. Thank you so much.
And are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Okay, you may now pick from the book. Your question for tonight is, you were given 2 hours to give a talk in front of a group of high school students. Other than a SOGI lecture or a lecture about bullying and its repercussions, what would you like to talk about?
The thing that I am going to discuss to a high school student, as a woman of science, I am going to talk about the different sexually transmitted diseases and also teenage pregnancy. It is very rampant, and there is a 38% increase as of 2013 from 2024, according to the Department of Health. And by that, my knowledge in health can be an equipment in sharing knowledge to the youth, so that we can eradicate those issues and we can start eradicating those skyrocketing numbers of cases, for us to be able to make a positive change to our society and also to make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Antipolo City. Okay, your question for tonight is, there are approximately 7 continents, 200 plus states, and 8 billion people in the world with different languages. With this in mind, if heaven had an official language, what do you think would that be and why? Once again, there are approximately 7 continents, 200 plus states, and 8 billion people in the world with different languages. With this in mind, if heaven had an official language, what do you think would that be and why?
Okay, thank you so much. I always believe that we have different language, religions, and belief in every country. I think that there's no specific language that is in heaven. The specific language that we have, I think that is love, because love is universal. Even we don't have a specific language, and it's very hard for us to understand. If we have love, respect, and kindness to everyone, I think we can be connected as one. Thank you.
That was amazing. And may we call on the next finalist from Pagbilao. Good evening, Miss Pagbilao.
Good evening, sir.
Are you ready for the question and answer?
Ready?
Okay, you may now pick your question from the board. Alright, your question for tonight is, the will to change is a renewable energy. What is your take on this? Once again, the will to change is a renewable energy. What is your take on this?
Okay. My take on this is that renewable energy is accessible to everyone. And what we can do is to make it, to innovate it, and to make it improve for our community. That will be all, and thank you very much.
Alright, calling up our next finalist from Santa Rosa, Laguna. Good evening.
Good evening.
Before we continue, do you have any words from your fans around here from Santa Rosa? Santa Rosa people, can you make some noise? Come on! Any message to them?
I would like to say thank you to all Rosanians, to all Lagunense that are here tonight, and especially to my family watching there. Mahal ko po kayo. Maraming salamat.
That was beautiful. And are you ready for your question?
I am.
Okay, take your question from the board. Your question for tonight is, what is the difference of invention and innovation? Once again, what is the difference of invention and innovation?
Invention is something we create and we discover, while innovation is something we want to be better, something that we change because we want to explore, just like as humans being. God is invented us and we innovate ourselves because we want to get better and we want to be better, to be a better human being. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Santa Rosa Laguna. Our next finalist, let's have Binamona Rizal. Good evening. is this statement positive, or can this create a negative impression as well? Once again, transgender people are one of the most creative people in the world. Is this statement positive, or can this create a negative impression as well?
Thank you so much. In every positive, there's always a negative. Yes, transgender is one of the creative people in this world. But not only us, but all of us can be a creative people in this world. Alam po natin sa ating mga puso, sa ating sarili, na kapag kaya po ng isa, kaya natin lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Very well said. Thank you so much, and congratulations. Up next, let's have Boss Bina.
Happiness by saying, I am contented for what God given to me. Yes, I face discrimination, judgment because of my gender identity, but that's not a hindrance for me to stop from dreaming. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that answer. Let's have our next finalist from San Pablo City. Good evening, San Pablo City. It's been a journey for you, right? From the sashing moment up to the top 15 finalists. How do you feel right now?
I'm so happy and also kasi ang dami ko rin pinagdaanan. And also, I'm a heartbroken person now. Almost 5 days. But I'm still fighting and I would like to thank you all to support me.
Come on, let's give a round of applause for her courage and bravery for still continuing to this competition. We really adore
And I would like to thank to our organizer here sa pagpapalakas ng loob
everyone, may we please contain or maintain total silence. Your question for tonight is, what is the biggest mistake in your life?
Ang malaking pagkakamali ko sa aking buhay, ito ay hindi ko napatawad ang aking namayapang ina. Na kung saan, humingi siya ng tawad sa akin dahil ako inabanto niya. Lingin sa iyong kaalaman, ako po'y isang laking lola. Ako po ang bumubuhay sa lola ko. Kami na lang po ang nagmamahalan at nagtutulungan sa pang-araw-araw ng pamumuhay. Kaya kung may pinaka-pagkakamali ako dito sa mundong ibabaw, ito hindi ko napatawad ang aking ina bago siya pumanaw. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That is San Pablo City for you, ladies and gentlemen. You call on our next finalist from Atimonan. Good evening, Miss Atimonan. Good evening as well, and how are you feeling right now?
Nervous of course, but at the same time, it's my pleasure to be this stage.
Of course, it's our pleasure as well to have you as our finalist. Now, are you ready for your question?
I am one of them.
Okay, can we now get your question from the room? Your question for tonight is, it is 2024. If you have 3 wishes or resolutions, one for yourself, one for your community, and one for the world, what would they be and why? Once again, it is 2024. If you have 3 wishes or resolutions, one for yourself, one for your community, and one for the world, what would they be and why?
Thank you, sir. In this time of era, 2024, my 3 wishes are first, I just want to spend more time with my family. Because in this kind of era, where gadgets and social media are the primary focus of people, I just want to have a quality time with my family so I don't have a regret in the future. Second is for my community. I just want to remind all of you that we need to be united. Don't put a crab mentality in our own community. Let me remind you that abolishing crab mentality typically requires a collective effort and patience. But by adopting a positive mindset and having a practicing supportive behavior in our community, one thing is for sure, we can have the better place to live in. Third is for the world. My wish for the world is to have a universal education because we need to accept the fact that education.
That concludes the question and answer opportunity. Thank you so much. Let's move on to our next finalist from Los Baños, Laguna. Good evening, Ms. Los Baños.
Good evening to you.
Are you ready for your question?
Ready?
I see that you're very excited for this moment. You may now pick your question from the book. Your question for tonight is, we often say that a queen should wear her crown in her heart. Can you elaborate what this means to you?
Okay. Crown is a symbol of a queen. Mga kaibigan, ang crown po ay hindi po pinuputong ng isang queen sa kanyang ulo dahil po ang mga tao na sasakupan niya ay tumitingala dahil po ang queen ay hindi tinitingala. Bagkos, ang queen po ay nilalagay niya ang corona niya sa kanyang puso dahil ito po ay ang katangian ng isang queen ay ang pagkakapantay-bantay at ang pagsilbi sa kanyang
massive for me, and I really appreciate it because it's the first time that she supported a trans pageant. She was never a fan of this, and I'm just so thankful that now she sees me as her beautiful child.
Wow. Let's give a round of applause to Mom. What an amazing parent, right? It's very rare to have those parents around. Anyway, are you ready for your question?
I'm nervous, but just like what Miss Christine Bardolasa said, a beauty queen should always be prepared.
Okay. Prepared as you are, please pick your question from the board. Your question for tonight is, what is the best religion in your own opinion and why? Once again, what is the best religion in your own opinion and why?
I think that a lot of us, we have a lot of faith. We believe in something because we as Filipinos, we have in our hearts a connection to the divine beings above. But for me, I would like to break this question and say that there is no best religion. Because I believe that all religions in the world is equal and fair. Because all religions in the world have love in the center. And because of this love, all people can unite and have religion in their center. And right now, I am proud that I can say I'm also a Christian. And for all religions, I would just like to say, I respect you, I love you, not only as a neighbor, but also as a reflection of myself and as a creation of God. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. General Trias. Up next, let's have Miss Polillo Island. There she is. Good evening, Miss Polillo.
Hi, good evening, host. And
Yeah.
good evening to all the people who are here, especially my friends, my family, all Pilipinas and Visayas. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat.
It's amazing that you have gratitude in your heart for them, right? And are you ready for your question for tonight?
Of course, I'm born ready.
You may now pick your question from the board. Your question for tonight is, what is one thing important to you than winning the title? Once again, what is one thing important to you than winning the title?
Good evening. This time, it is my second time joining in Miss International Queen Philippines. I am a proud repeater. One thing important for me, aside from winning the crown, is that to champion my advocacy, which is fighting against hunger, especially for those malnourished children. Because I am not here, not for only the crown, but not only to win, to walk and talk, but to deliver result. A true queen is not only for having a crown, but a good impact to her community. Tonight, I am ready to be the queen of Calabarzon. Thank you.
Wow, what a very powerful answer. That's Miss Polillo Island for you. Let's have our next finalist for tonight. She is from Calayan. People from Calayan, are you here? There you are, guys. Good evening. And do you have any words for your fans that are over there waving hello?
Thank you everyone for being here, even though it's actually far from our province. And I would also like to use this opportunity to thank every one of you for taking time and effort to go here at Thunderbird Resort and witness the first ever Miss International Queen Calabarzon.
Are you ready for your question? Wait, I'm thinking. On the board. Your question for tonight is, if you were given a chance, what will you choose? Fame or money? Once again. again, if you were given a chance, what will you choose? Fame or money?
We might have different perceptions about this question, but for me, fame is something that fades in the future. But money is something that you can use for you to be able to make a project that can be beneficial for your community. And with that thing that you do to your community, you could be famous. And your fame will never fade because you will leave a legacy in this world. After all, people will remember you for what you have done something good for humanity. And with that, you will make a history. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful answer. And may we call our last finalist for tonight. Good evening. And before we move on to the question and answer, do you have any message for the people on your area that are here for tonight?
First of all, good evening to everyone. Thank you for being here despite being so late. To the organizers, to the franchise owners, thank you for giving us a platform to be not just being beauty queens, but being trans activists.
And thank you so much as well for participating in this wonderful event. Anyway, you may now pick your question from the vote. Are you ready? Okay. Question for tonight is, what is the lesson you learned in joining MIQPH Calabarzon? Again, what is the lesson you learned in joining MIQPH Calabarzon?
The most invaluable lesson that I have learned in joining the Miss International Queen Philippines Calabarzon is being able to appreciate the hard work that it takes to be here tonight. I would know because I have given blood, sweat, and tears just for me to join this pageant. But if you would ask me if I regret it, I don't. Because I know that I am making my inner child happy. Thank you so much.